different mentalities. Clay Milligan, he's exuberant, he's excitable. Josh Hart is a cold and calculating guy in the seat.
And of the two, I think the expectations this year have been a lot higher than the results that we've seen on the racetrack. Of course, for Josh Hart, it started in a big way. His debut with John Force Racing, winning the Gator Nationals first race of the year. Since then, really hasn't done much, but has shown signs of potential.
Bruno has more on Josh Hart.
Talking to Josh this morning, he said they had a team meeting and discussed the strategy. They said they just need to be aggressive. A 381, what they ran in qualifying, isn't going to allow them to run at the front of the pack with the Coletta cars. They decided together, we're going to push.
Tony, this is a sport of command and control and numbers. And the numbers we see this morning on the racetrack and from the atmosphere means it should be incredibly fast. They thundered on the drag strip. It will be Clay Milligan, 382.3 at 330 miles an hour. A round win that this team has needed for weeks.
A good one, a good round win, and trouble-free. This is one of the teams that just has had a lot of mechanical issues. We've seen a lot of drama, a lot of trauma from that engine as well. And to your point, the first round, what we're looking at, rather what the tuners are looking at, is the density altitude. Density altitude is a combination of the humidity, the temperature, and some other factors. That's how they set the engines up. It's cooler. That means they put a thicker head gasket so they do not overpower and break those rear tires loose. And that is what happened to Josh Hart right at about the 400-foot mark. You can see that he's on the throttle, off of the throttle right there, hoping to get back in it and get that rear tire to regain traction. But once he looks out the window and sees Clay off to the finish line, race is over.
The next race is yet to begin. Maddie Gordon and Will Smith. It has been a minute since the sport of NHRA drag racing has seen a driver come in to such incredible response from the fans. Will Smith has done a great job, but I speak of Maddie Gordon, and Bruno Massel has more on Maddie the Maddie.
Brian caught up with her this morning and talked about the start to her inaugural season here as a rookie driver on Top Fuel, and she told me that every day she's learning. Every day and every run she's experiencing new things and trying to learn from them, and she can't thank her teammates enough. You know, your crew chief, the people at Carlisle Tools for supporting her, and it kind of takes the pressure off. She said, feel like I'm working with my family like I did when I ran the alcohol car, and that is a soothing thing.
Great drag race, and Will Smith is going to get there first. That's two races in a row for this young man. 380 with a 2 beats a 380 with a 5 as Doug Gordon, Maddie's dad, disappointed in the result. But Will Smith, 44 in the starting line.
This is the mark of a good team that really didn't have things go their way in qualifying, but they had nothing to lose. They didn't have lane choice, which really isn't an issue. Both lanes seem to be very equal. Some of the drivers prefer that. It makes them feel a little bit better, but this is how you execute when you have nothing to lose. You set the car up. You don't push beyond your limits, and for Will Smith, it was the business that he took care of on the starting line that has really earned him this win. He padded this victory. He outran her on the racetrack by 0.003 of a second, but got about 0.05 of a second off the starting line. That made it look even worse.
The Bluebird Turf Team has some wind in its sails as the Tub of Towels cam shows Maddie getting a push from the safety safari. Leah Bruin will be on the drag strip when we come back. Can she keep a multi-round finishing streak that she's kept up all season going in Maryland?
Mission Foods. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
Tony, check it out. That's the 1978 Mountain Motor Nationals right here at MIR. Yes, those are 4 Greyhound buses making a 4-wide run down to the top end, as this track did compete many times in the 70s in 4-wide format. They loaded them all with people, too.
You know, I never thought it'd be that exciting to take a Greyhound bus ride, but this sheds new light on that.
Leah Broden and Spencer Massey on the starting line. Former teammates at Don Schumacher Racing. Bruno, you have more on the driver of the Renai Tangled Hot Water Heaters car.
Yeah, catching up with the crew chief, Neil Strasbaugh, this morning. He said if it wasn't for the Coletta cars, we'd be pretty proud of our performance so far this year. They're telling us to keep pushing a little bit harder. He said, in all honesty, we underestimated this facility. This is the best 130-degree track we've been on all year by far. So we just need to keep pushing to make this thing aggressive. But we are within our tuning window to do so.
And the average has been about 120 to 130 degrees this morning. It's under 110 degrees, so we really should be seeing quicker runs than anything we've seen all weekend.
Spencer Spencer Massey smokes the tires, and it will be Leah Pruitt going to his second round yet again. 378, 323. That's kind of what we've been expecting to see, if not quicker.
Yeah, the acceleration for these top fuel cars, 0 to 100 miles an hour in well under 1 second, in an eighth of a mile by 660 feet. And that's that second set of orange blocks that you see on the racetrack. These top fuel cars will accelerate to close to 290 miles an hour. That's on this day. We've seen a top fuel car get to 300 at other racetracks in different conditions. You can see for Spencer Massey, this is what happens when a tuner just pushes too hard and starts to apply the clutch too soon, just doesn't have the momentum to maintain traction.
Amanda's with Clay Milliken.
Clay Milliken grabbing the win light here, the first ever for the Potomac Nationals in front of this fan base. Why is that important to drivers?
Well, I mean, it's huge for me because I have raced here a lot. I've won here a lot. I've had a lot of fans here, and I'm super excited. We got one of the big guys from Super.com riding in the car, got little kids with us. Rick Ware is always bringing people out like Rocket Doctor, but Parts Plus always backing me up. I love stomping on the loud pedal, and I love the Miller family that runs this facility, but I really love you guys watching. Always tune in. We're going to be stomping on the loud pedal. Win, lose, or draw, we smiling all the time.
We get a look now at our competition ladder to see that Milliken advanced out of the number 10 spot. Will Smith advanced out of the number 11 spot, but Leah Pruitt maintains the natural order, advancing out of number 3. That brings us to Sean Langdon, who has a solo. Tony, in the oil drilling business, they call it a wildcat well, when you go up there and you just drill to see if you can hit something. These guys kind of have the opportunity here to see how deep they can go and get the performance out of the car.
Well, I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, lane choice is nice, but I don't think it's necessary. That's what's always on the tuner's mind. And I think right now they want to see how much this track will take as the track temperature increases over the next round in the semifinals. It will take some of that grip away.
Thunderous run from Sean Langdon, 371 at 338 miles an hour. Absolutely annihilated it.
Well, the competition has to see that and think, we're going to need a bigger boat. And this is the kind of performance that we expected. I mean, this is the quickest run of the weekend, 2 mile an hour faster than the track record he had previously set, 338 miles an hour. They are knocking on the door of 340 miles an hour within 1,000 feet. And this is a car that is equipped with the rev limiter, so it can go a lot faster.
And we can see another absolute hammer shot from this team. Let's get down to Leah Pruitt, who is with Amanda Busing.
Leah Pruitt picks up round 1 win light as she continues her venture to the first win of the season. Why can't it be today?
Oh, every reason it could be today. It could be actually any day for anybody. I mean, we wake up and we go through those gates going, we can win today, and we work hard, and that is the goal. For Renai Water Heaters, for Dodge Mobile One, going past first round is one of the hardest things to do. Spencer, he's a madman behind that wheel. That was one of the smoothest runs. We're consistent, and the plan is to be consistent and fast all day long. Thank you.
And it is that process of the car, the driver, and the team adapting their performance to the conditions round by round. Doug Coletta will take on Lex June. June's team based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He's an underdog. Coletta, the two-time defending world champion, carrying the Mack Tools colors. A big hill for Lex June to climb here.
It is. This is just a situation that Lex June is so familiar with, looking over and seeing that Coletta car, the defending series champion. And Doug, they just saw his teammate set quick time of the weekend. But you have to race smart. There's a level of unpredictability that comes with one of these high-powered cars. So to play it safe, the right strategy would be to detune it a little bit, make sure you get past a crafty Lex June.
June's making a drag race out of this thing, but it is going to be Coletta prevailing, 376 to 334. But to Lex June's credit, he absolutely gave it everything he had.
No, he did. Not only mechanically, they set the car up to make a very, very competitive, impressive run. And he got off the starting line right alongside of Doug Coletta. And Doug Coletta is regarded one of the best drivers, very good car control, very quick reflexes. He has a couple of championships to show for it. So a lot of respect to that Lex June team. Very modest team. They work hard. They don't have a lot of resources, and they just made a very respectable run.
June been running many 8-mile races this year, and that tuning and that experience certainly aided his performance here. The Tub of Towels cam shows Doug Coletta making the corner, and this is Tony Stewart, the R&L Carriers top fueler. How is Smoke going to handle the first round? We'll all find out when we come back. Back at it earlier this weekend, the Mission Foods autograph session drew loads and loads of fans out to meet and greet with the drivers and riders that participated in the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. Of course, there's a lot of craft-themed stuff down here, and that's a really neat memento that fan was having signed. Joked about it before, but John Force was out there collecting autographs, and Josh Hart signing the hero card saying, I guess you want one of these for me, boss. Leah Pruitt was down there, Eric Anders. You see that lineup of drivers, all of them participating in the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. And the chips, oh yeah, they're free. You love Mission chips, that's the spot for you. Atro Heavy Duty Truck Parts, sponsoring the Top Fuel dragster of Sean Reed. Tony Stewart, R&L Carriers out of Elite Motorsports. A win already on the season for Stewart. Both drivers get pointed ahead. Immediate, misfiring cylinder for Reed, and then he saw the loss of traction for Stewart. He couldn't recover it in time, so Sean Reed will go down there on 7 cylinders for a win.
Well, we got to get another look at this, and this is one of the things that we talked about at the top of the show. These cars make a lot of power, 12 in the range of 12,000 horsepower. Managing the power is what the tuner sets the car up to do. The amount of power in relation to the clutch, you could see Tony Stewart's car, it almost fluttered that cylinder. It was a slight misfire early on. You can see when both cars lost traction. Tony Stewart is very good and has a very good feel for the car, and generally is able to get back on the throttle. You can see when he opens the blades to get those rear Goodyears to regain traction, Sean Reed just looks like he does a slightly better job. And you can see for Tony Stewart, that car started hopping, it hits the bump. And I think he could probably hear Sean Reed outside and know he knew what was going on there. But you could see that he's trying to roll back into the throttle. It gets the front end up. He's kind of feathering it. It's very good throttle control. But in the other lane, Sean Reed with that misfiring cylinder just had better momentum.
And for Sean Reed, that is a moment they have long waited for. That is their first round win of the season. There is Tony Schumacher, left side of your screen. Schumacher doing some very important work with his race car this weekend. We sent Tony to talk to him about it.
With the team that's sporting a new look, with the special meaning behind us, Tony Schumacher, tell us a little bit about it.
Avon and Tracy McBride, who are the owners of American Communication, they've always been behind MS Foundation. So being that it's World MS Day, we thought we would display the colors, help the million people fighting this awful disease worldwide. And so we brought them out. We brought out the CEO, Tim, and Avon comes to every race. So this is their day. This is their car.
Yeah. Well, Tony, this is an amazing day because of this amazing man right here, and this one just raising awareness for MS on World MS Day. You know, there's so many people affected by this disease. Around here, somebody is affected by MS, and we're really about building a pit crew around them. This guy goes fast because of his pit crew, and we at the MS Society are here to do that too for everybody affected by MS worldwide.
Important and highly worthy work, a great way to use the platform of drag racing. Torrance is going to get, Torrance smokes the tires, and Torrance will pedal his way down the racetrack to a 399 and 286. Wasn't a lot of tire smoke early in this session, but we're getting a lot of it now.
No, that allowed Billy Torrance to, to have the momentum. But you saw what he did. For what happened to Tony Stewart happened much earlier in the run. But Billy Torrance, to be able to do this, you have to be one in the car. You have to be feeling it. You're listening to the audio. Take a listen there. You can see those red injector blades when they're open. That allows it, pulls air into the motor. And along with that, it's loading the engine with fuel and spark. And for Billy Torrance, you can see problems set in for Tony Schumacher. And the air is so much better that these engines are just making more power. And it's hard for the tuners to calm them down. But for Billy Torrance, a very good job of throttle control and not getting caught flat-footed at 700 feet into the run.
Amanda Busick's with Tony Stewart.
Well, that was quite a ride for Tony Stewart. I think it might make the highlight here for us here this weekend. What was that like for you?
It's a crappy highlight's what it is, but, it's just part of it. That's why Josh Hart said it earlier. That's why they call it racing, not winning. But, God, I hate losing. It sucks. This guy said the same thing, so we're going to miss him, though. So.
Indeed, the entire motorsports world still mourning the loss of Kyle Busch. As you can see, an aggressive closure of the door of that Durango by Tony Stewart. The Jags' average reaction time, when we talk about our top fuel reaction time leaders, Justin Ashley, Will Smith, head and shoulders above everybody else in the field, 56, 60, and 62 for Coletta. Let's go to Bruno Massel with more on Justin.
So you talk about Justin. This weekend we can call him the silent assassin because this guy, who's usually not outspoken, has laryngitis. He can't speak at all. He did tell me, though, other than that, he's feeling just fine. Won't affect his driving. As far as the team goes, he said we just need to find some more consistency to compete at the top.
Summit Racing on board here for Antron Brown. These two always put on a show. Ashley was out with a